What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna be sitting down doing my makeup. It's gonna be a very casual, chatty, get ready with me. It's been a while since the last time I did one of these, and a lot of fucking shit is changing this month. I honestly am so hyped, and I honestly can't wait. And I want to share with you all the deets. So it's gonna be a life update and a Q&A. I went over on my Instagram stories and I said, hey, ask me questions. Nothing's off limits. We're all friends here, and you guys came with some really awesome questions. So if you guys like videos like this, make sure you guys like the video so that way I know. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell so that way YouTube will notify you whenever I upload. It is going to be a pretty lengthy video, so grab your makeup brushes, follow along, grab your tea, matcha water, whatever you drink, and let's get into it. Alright, so I went ahead and zoomed you guys in just a little bit, nothing too crazy though. I did already moisturize and put on sunscreen, just for the record. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of face primer. I'm just gonna use the Dew Primer by e.l.f. And for today's video, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. By the way, I haven't got my nails done. I just took off all of my dip nails and my nails look absolutely crazy. I've actually lost a few at the gym more frequently than I normally would because I am going to the gym a lot more. I go to the gym about 6 days a week, which I do have a lot of gym questions in this little Q&A because I have been posting about it a lot on Instagram. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, definitely head on over there, give me a follow, because I do interact with you guys a lot more over there as opposed to the communities tab here on my YouTube channel. So it is at Makeup by Marie if you guys want to stay up to date when I'm not filming here on my channel. Let's actually get into eyeshadow. I did already prime my eyelids off camera. I'm going to use the Garden Variety palette that I used in one of my previous videos because sometimes I feel like it's nice to actually recycle palettes because I know you guys actually go out and buy these products. So to use it like one and done, it's kind of like, it's like a flop because I want to actually use palettes that you guys go out and pick up. So if you ever pick up palettes and you guys want me to reuse them or revisit them, let me know down below in the comments because I'll be happy to revisit palettes that I may have used in previous videos just so that way I can give you guys more inspo on looks and stuff like that. So don't be shy. Definitely drop me a comment whenever that happens because I have no issue reusing products. By the way, for my crease, I am using a little bit of Stay Sharp and Prickly Please just to act as a really pretty transitional color. But let's actually jump into some of the questions. Like I was saying, I am posting a lot more about my workouts and just fitness and stuff over on my Instagram stories. And a lot of the questions that are coming in are related to just that. A lot of people want to know what my workout routine looks like. And I do work out about 5 to 6 days a week. 6 days is max, but at least 5 days a week, and I do work out in a gym called Burn Boot Camp. I do know that it is all around the world, so you can actually find a Burn near you if you actually look it up on maps, and there are a few in my area, but I go to one in particular. What's great about the membership there is that you could actually access a bunch of different gyms, so it doesn't just work at one gym. But I do go to one gym just because I really enjoy our trainer. I actually had Babito sign up with me, so we actually work out together. And that's one of the biggest tips I can give you whenever you are on a fitness journey is to do it with a friend, do it with your significant other, because if you're doing it with somebody else, you're more motivated to actually do it. As opposed to doing it by yourself, you'll kind of quit, you'll fall off, and you'll lose motivation very quickly. Trust me, I've been on this journey for what feels like forever, and anytime I embark on something by myself, I'm more inclined to quit because I don't have that extra motivation kind of pushing me. So I do go with Babito, but in addition to that, the gym I go to, it's group fitness, and I've always thrived in group fitness simply because I feel more motivated working out with a group of people as opposed to working out by myself. And I feel like if you really want to reach your fitness goals, it's really all about motivation. You have to have the motivation to do it, to get it done. So this gym is incredible for that. So I'll have it listed down below so that way you guys could read up more on it. This video is not sponsored by them whatsoever. If it was, I would literally be jumping up and down because I absolutely love this place. But if you want to read up more on this gym, I highly encourage you guys to do so and figure out if there are any in your area. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and I'm going to carve out just a little bit of lid space. Totally optional. I'm just doing this because I really want my lid color to stand out and pop. Another thing I'm seeing a lot on the Q&A is that you guys want to know what I'm eating, what I'm doing to lose weight, how am I getting such good results. And honestly, the biggest thing I can tell you is consistency. Like, it's one thing to actually want to be healthy, but it's another thing to actually do it and implement it in your life every single day. And I see it all the time. I see people who fall in and out of eating healthy, but it has to be a lifestyle change. You literally have to change your lifestyle into something that's a little bit more healthier for you, so that way you can see results. And I can speak for myself because I have gotten on the wagon of wanting to be healthy and eat healthy, and then I kind of fall off. But for the past, I want to say 2.5 months, I've really been very consistent with what I've been putting into my body and making sure I'm drinking a lot of water and I'm not drinking drinks with a lot of sugar or sodas or anything like that. And I've also decreased the amount of alcohol I'm consuming. So I used to drink every single weekend, maybe like 6 drinks, like 3 on a Saturday, 3 on a Sunday. But recently, for the past 3 weeks, I haven't been drinking, and I saw really, really awesome results with doing that. Not to say I'm not ever gonna drink again, because I definitely am, because your girl needs her alcohol, but I feel like alcohol plays a very, very big part in weight loss. I actually read somewhere that you can't burn fat for up to 72 hours after consuming alcohol, and I'm not entirely sure how true that is. I'll definitely have to read up more on it, but that actually just stuck with me, and it has really decreased the amount of alcohol I consume on a daily. Another really helpful tip I can give you for like success is to just keep it simple. Oftentimes we get so wrapped up in making things complicated and wanting to do something different every single day to keep it new and fresh. But what I didn't realize is that I was just making things way too complicated. I wanted a new meal every single day, and I didn't want to eat the same thing over and over, because to me that's boring. But sometimes boring works. Making it simple is just going to make you want to do it that much more, as opposed to if you're making complicated meals, wanting to switch things up every single day, it becomes too much and too overwhelming. So one thing that I've learned is keeping it simple is actually better for me personally, and that's where I'm able to see results and see success, because I'm able to meal prep the same thing, have it 2-3 days in a row, and I'm good to go. So I will be doing updated what I eat in a days once we move into our house, which does bring me into the home questions, because there's actually a lot of questions from you guys regarding our home. What's happening? When are we moving? And all of that. So if I'm being honest, there's actually been an overwhelming amount of issues with us moving into our home. I want to say I did a chatty get ready with me a few months back, and I was talking about this house that I swore was the house. Like, going into it, like, obviously it needed obvious renovations, but I can see me and Babito living in that house. I could see us starting a family in that house, and I just really, really loved everything about it, and I loved how much potential there was in that house. Well, we actually ended up putting an offer in on that house, and we went under contract on that house, because what we were gonna do was a renovation loan. And the renovation loan process just took a lot longer than what it should have. And I've always heard these stories about renovations take so long, renovation loans are take forever to close, and all of these different things. And you know me, I'm just super hard-headed. I'm like, that's not gonna happen to us. Well, we ran into a lot of issues with actually finding a contractor, which prevented us from closing on the home, because the seller became very, very aggravated with the fact that it was taking very long. We paid to extend the contract, and he still just became very, very unwilling to actually work with us to close on the home. So we ended up rescinding our offer. We got our money back from escrow. Thank you, God. And within a few days, we actually went out with a new realtor and we started looking at homes. This was maybe about almost a month ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. And we found a home that I actually end up really, really loving. Do I love it more than the other home? Probably not, just because it is a 2-story home, which was another question in the Q&A. I'm actually just answering all of these questions right up front, right off the bat, just because they all kind of flow together. But it's a 2-story home. Is it ideal? No, because I always envisioned us having just a 1-story home after I started viewing a lot of 2-story homes. What ends up happening is that it kind of just feels like a box, and it feels very, very tight. But when we walked this house, it was open enough for me to see the vision. Later on, I do plan on doing some renovations and fixing things up and making it exactly how I want. But for now, it is literally the perfect little home for us. It has enough space for an office for me, an office for Babito, a guest room, and it's just the ideal situation for us right here, right now. Plus the home is actually a lot closer to home than we expected. The other house that we had put an offer in was a little bit further out, but this one is very, very close to our gym. It's close to our day-to-day activity, so I'm super, super excited about it. So the next question I see on here is, when are you closing on your new home? So we actually went under contract maybe about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. But by the time this video is actually uploaded, I'm hoping that we will be maybe a couple days away from closing. So it is going to happen towards the very end of the month. I want to say it's August the 22nd, but I won't be moving in right away just because the house does need to be painted, and it's like a 3,000 square foot house. It's a 2-story house, so it's a huge house that needs to be painted. The walls are kind of like this really ugly beige color, and I'm so sorry if any of you guys have beige walls in your house, but it makes the house look very, very dark and gloomy, and I'm all about very bright walls, very bright light, and just natural light. So I do want to paint all of the walls kind of like an off-white color, just so that way it's a lot brighter in there, but very, very soon. And honestly, you guys, I'm so excited. I cannot fucking wait. I feel like this has been a long time coming. By the way, you guys, for my liner, I just use this MAC eye kohl right here. This is in the shade Coast to Reach. If you guys don't have this in your collection, you literally need it. MAC eye kohls are the absolute best. They blend out like a dream, but once they set, and they literally don't go anywhere. I'm now gonna go in with a little bit of the dark shade within this palette. It's called Root 'em Up. Don't you guys love how colorful this palette is? But I chose to do a neutral ass eye look. I really just want to keep things basic today. Plus I am shooting some content for Instagram and stuff, so I don't want my makeup to be too crazy. I'm just taking Root 'em Up and I'm setting that eyeliner. This really helps with like longevity. And then I'm gonna take like a blending brush and really just smoke it out right over here. You guys know this is like my signature eye look. Like I love doing my eye makeup just like this. I feel like it's so pretty. The next thing I'm going to do, just for the sake of timing, is pop on some lashes. I'm going to use the Ardell Demi Wispies. These have been my go-to every single day lash. They're so, so, so pretty. So I'm going to do this off camera because I literally cannot talk and put on falsies, and then we'll be right back and continue the conversation. Whew, okay, so I feel like the hard part is finally done. Whenever I finish the eyes, I feel like it's easy sailing from there. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I will be doing my no foundation, no makeup, barely there makeup look that I've been doing in almost every single one of my videos because I feel like my skin really has been responding well to it. So this is in the shade Sand, by the way. The next question is asking about the home buying process and will I be filming a home tour? I will most definitely be filming a home tour. I'm not entirely sure if I want to do it right before we move in or after some of the renovations are done. I think I may just do it right as we move in, just so that way you guys can see the before. And then once we start renovations, of course, we will be recording everything. We'll definitely be starting back up with the vlogs because there are some questions in here regarding vlogs and when we will be vlogging again. I kind of put a hold on vlogging just because I don't have my own place. And I do like to respect everyone's privacy. I know a lot of people don't like to be on camera, so that is why we kind of stopped the vlogging. And then we also stopped it when we were at our apartment because the lighting was terrible, and we just found it to be very, very difficult to film there just because it was so dark and gloomy all the time. But we'll definitely be picking back up with vlogs. As far as the home buying process, I feel like I kind of answered this in a previous question when I was talking about how difficult it was and just the big old fiasco with us having to rescind our offer on the first house. I feel like buying a house, it's very, very difficult. Well, buying a house isn't difficult. The process of buying a house is difficult. Finding the house, finding a good realtor. Holy shit. Don't get me started on realtors. I have my fair share of opinions as it comes to realtors, which I will keep to myself because I know some of you guys are actually realtors out there, and no tea, no shade. I just haven't really had the best experiences with realtors. I feel like we've gone through maybe about 4 or 5. That's a lot. And that just goes to show that some are good, some are bad, some get the job done, and some don't. So at the end of the day, I truly feel like if you're going to find the home, you're going to find the home. And oftentimes realtors will send you a bunch of listings, but more times than not, you're going to be the one to find the home, not them. So that's just my take on it. But anyways, I'm just taking this brush and I am buffing and blending out the concealer. I was using my NARS concealer for this, but since getting a chemical peel, I was told not to use products that could clog my pores, and I looked up products that were really good for acne prone skin, and this came up, the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I had so many in my collection that were literally just sent to me. It was probably just a sign from God. So I decided to start using it, and I really love the formula and the overall consistency. By the way, a lot of you were asking me to update you guys on my chemical peel. I know I recently or briefly touched on it in one of my previous videos, but I will say it was a really, really good experience. I feel like it really brightened up my skin. By the way, this is my second time doing a chemical peel, but this time my skin concerns were a lot different. I have a lot of closed comedones, I want to say she said, which is a result of something clogging my pores. And in my mind, I'm like, holy shit, I use so much makeup, so many different products, so many different skincare products. I have no idea what's really clogging my pores. So I decided to really step back, decrease the amount of products I'm using on my face, and really pay attention to those products. So in future videos, when you see me using the same products over and over again, it's not to be repetitive. It's just that I'm really trying to hone in and figure out what the fuck's going on with my skin, because right now it's like, it's a whole situation. Let's actually answer a couple more questions. A couple are actually related to YouTube and what I do. One of the questions is, how did you feel in the first year of your YouTube journey? Honestly, I was doing it for the pure simplicity of just having fun and passing the time. So I really didn't feel much of anything. I feel like the more and more I did it and the larger my platform started to grow is when I really started to see a change in myself and a change in what I wanted to do. Because when you're doing it for fun, honestly, it literally is just fun. But when it becomes a job, it becomes so much more than that. You often see yourself holding back from filming certain things because you're afraid it's not going to perform well. And I actually just had a conversation with Amanda Enzing about this, because I saw that she had posted something on her stories about changing up her content and the direction of her content. Because beauty videos, while they're fun and all, there's just something more real and raw about doing something a little bit more casual and candid like this, or even more vlog style. So she is switching to that realm, but it's difficult when your audience is so used to you filming like beauty videos or tutorials or you being a certain way that sometimes they don't respond well to it. So I will say, as a creator, a lot of things hold me back from doing things a little bit more differently on my channel and switching up my content. And I know it's something other people struggle with, because it is a conversation that other influencers have had very openly in conversations that I have discussed with them as well. Wow, I really can't speak today, but I really hope that answered your question. I definitely feel like when I get into my house, I will kind of branch out a little bit and film more lifestyle videos, because like I said, there's something so real and raw about filming more of a vlog style video as opposed to always sitting down and doing this. So I won't do it all at once because I don't want it to be culture shock to you guys, but I definitely want to switch up my content in the months to come. By the way, I'm just using my Fenty Matchstick in Mocha. You guys know this is literally like my favorite thing ever, and I'm using this to add some dimension. I really love using cream products, especially when I'm doing like a no foundation, no makeup look, because I feel like my skin just looks a little bit more natural. So that's why I'm going in with this. I'm also gonna go in with the Nude Stick Sun Kiss All Over Bronze Color. You could actually use this as an all over bronze color, or you can use it as a blush. I'm actually going to dab a little bit of this on the same brush I've been using for foundation or concealer, bronzer, and now blush, just because, I don't know, I really like the way it looks. So I'm just gonna dab some of this on just to give me some color. Another question is, do you feel like you're where you want to be as an influencer? If not, what's missing? I definitely feel like as an influencer who's been on this platform for maybe about 7 years, I should be a little bit further along in where I'm at. I feel like I should be a little bit more established in my home and just creating and just like not stopping. I do let a lot of things hold me back. So I let certain situations really hold me back from actually creating. And I'm hoping that that changes in the months months to come. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm just in a very, very uncomfortable situation right now. Not having my own personal space to be able to film and just think creatively and be creative has definitely held me back from a lot of things. So this past year has really just been a whirlwind of emotions for me. But I'm really hoping that once we have our own space to call our own, that we could start thinking a lot differently and just being more creative and launching things because we truly love what we're launching and creating. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to answer another YouTube related question as I finish off my lower lash line. It says, if you weren't doing YouTube, what would you be doing? Honestly, I want to launch my own brand in some capacity. Like I've said in previous videos, I definitely want to grow off the platform, whether that be a makeup line, a lash line, a clothing line. I definitely want to grow off the platform and have my own brand in some capacity, just because I feel like that would be really, really awesome. I really love to be creative. Babito loves to be creative, and I feel like together we can create a brand that is just so spectacular and so special. So if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would definitely be doing something creatively in the form of running my own business or my own brand, because I literally cannot work for anyone. Like when I used to have a job, I would always come home and tell Babito, oh, they were micromanaging me, like they were telling me what to do. So I feel like YouTube just ended up being the perfect job for me because I am my own boss. I make my own rules, I make my own hours, and I love everything about that. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Urban Decay Perversion waterproof mascara. I've been loving waterproof mascara recently. And I'm just gonna lightly coat my bottom lashes. So I'm actually scrolling through here and I see someone asking who does my eyebrows because they also live in my area. I do go to Brows by Arnett on Instagram. So if you guys want to check her out, I will have her handle listed right here. My brows are laminated, and I do kind of want to go through what laminated means because some of you guys were a little bit confused. Lamination is when your eyebrow hairs are straightened. I do have very thick, kind of like curly eyebrows, which is so disgusting to even say, but they're very, very thick. I have my dad's brows. Thank you so much, Dad. I love very curly brows that are hard to maintain. No, really, I don't. So I went to her, we laminated them, and that's why my eyebrows look a lot different. I feel like I'm able to get that really piecey boy brow look without having to put that much product in my eyebrows. I only have a little bit of a brow marker and brow gel, and that's it. So I'm obsessed with it. I've been loving it. Let's actually move on to lip liner. I'm gonna use the Milani Understatement lip liner in the shade Saucy Toffee, and I'm gonna line my lips with this. So while I put on lip liner, I'm just gonna answer a couple of more questions. I'm scrolling through and a lot are about marriage and the wedding and stuff like that. If you guys want an update on those things, I will list my other Chatty Get Ready With Me video here if you guys missed that one. Nothing much has changed with that, but I see a question here that says, how the F do you afford all your bougie clothes, or can I get in on where to shop? Honestly, I don't have many bougie clothes. I love to shop on princesspollyboutique.com. That is literally my favorite place for like up and coming trendy pieces. I'm just gonna go in with this. This is the new Fenty Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. And as far as like luxury items, honestly, I just save for a rainy day. I feel like getting in debt over luxury items is just not it. So I do save a little bit of money. I put it to the side in the event that I do want to splurge on something a little bit more high end. But other than that, I don't really shop at places that are that expensive. I love shopping on Princess Polly Boutique. I do partner with them sometimes, but other times I'll literally just go on and place orders myself just because I really love their items. You could always find someone's code. I don't personally have a code running right now, but again, if you just search Princess Polly Boutique haul, a lot of people will have like a 20% off code that you can use at checkout to save some money. But I love their website. Such cute and trendy pieces for an affordable price, so definitely check them out. I do want to move on to powdering down just a little bit because there's a fine line between being dewy and greasy, and I don't want to be greasy, so I'm going to use a little bit of my Laura Mercier loose translucent powder on a number 96 brush by Sephora Collection, and I'm just going to lightly tap my forehead and down my T-zone just to mattify a little bit. But if you want a little bit more glow, you could definitely go in with a highlighter like this one right here. This is the ABH highlighter that they created in collaboration with Amrezy. I'm gonna take a little bit of this just because I do want to be a little bit more glowy, and highlight just looks a million times better when it's actually sitting on your skin as opposed to a ton of concealer and foundation. I don't know, that's just what I've noticed. So I'm gonna stick it there and also on the tip of my nose. Ooh, I also want to put some right in the corner of my eye because why not? We love a good inner corner highlight. But that is pretty much it for my chatty get ready with me / Q&A. I answered as many questions as I possibly could while doing my makeup. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to multitask. So if you want like a straight up Q&A, let me know down below in the comments where I just answer your questions and I'm not really like dabbling into makeup or anything like that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our vlogging channel. Vlogs are coming back because we are moving very, very soon, which means moving vlogs will be here, which is so exciting. I love watching moving vlogs and I hope you guys will really, really enjoy this new channel. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Also subscribe if you haven't already and click that bell so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload. I love you and I will talk to you guys all very, very soon. Deuces.